everybody. Here I am for another Mother's Journey talk, the 8th in a series of 10 talks on the topic of the journey of the mother from preconception to parenting. Thank you for joining me for this topic of today, which is the postnatal period and the exercise and movement that a woman should engage in the postnatal period, which ranges from immediately after the birth until she's fully recovered, if she ever is. Anyway, let me introduce myself in case there's some of you there that don't know me. My name is Satya Kaur and I'm co-founder of the Mother Journey Partnership, together with my colleague Elena O'Keefe. We run a program of pre- and postnatal yoga teacher training. It's a program that's only open to women, actually. And we train women and teachers, aspiring teachers, to coach yourself and others you know in this journey of motherhood. It's a partnership that's been going for since 2009, so 11 years. And we used to offer this training in various countries throughout Europe and also South America. But now we're very excited to share the news with you that we have launched this program online. And I believe the training is already on offer on our website, quintadurajo.pt. And if you go to the Quinta do Rajo website, you can read about the content of the course and the schedule of the classes, which is about a 2-hour session each week. Some week is 4 hours. And we offer 5 modules, 1 module per month, with these scattered sessions during the evening or weekend. Anyway, I'm very happy to be here with you to discuss once again a topic I feel passionate about. All these topics may seem trivial to some, but to me, these topics of identity forming, self-care, in the case of mother especially, it's so important, because when a mother is fine and when a mother is happy and healthy, family and the offspring stand a very good chance of being healthy and being sound and being content and empowered and free. If the mother is unstable, or if the mother is very unhappy or a very poor self-esteem, she's going to transmit that to her children. So this is a journey of empowerment. So why am I talking about postnatal exercise? Well, you'll have heard of the topic, and you'll have probably heard the notion, oh, you must get back into shape as soon as possible after you give birth, lose the extra flab in the tummy, and get back into your tight clothes, whatever. This is a big mistake. It's a process of body adjustment and consolidation that cannot be rushed. It cannot be rushed. Certain things, certain healing, certain regeneration only happens with time and cannot be speeded up. I'm not saying, therefore, just wait for it all to happen. Not at all. I know there's things we can do to help that process, for it to happen in the right way at the right time. And I'll guide you through different phases of postnatal recovery and what's appropriate for each of these phases. We know the mother is forming in this postnatal period. She was a woman, now she's a mother. So her identity is forming. And she's learning and she's becoming. So what happens in these very early stages, and now I'm referring to the first 40 days after the birth. Whatever happens then can have a big impact. And I'm talking physically, but also we are not distinct. Our physical part and our mental, hormonal, emotional part is all connected. So the physical needs care. Three main premises that you should think about when considering what exercises to do. First thing is to consolidate the body. The body opened and expanded and it's got to consolidate, has to concentrate again. Your energy has to come in. The vacuum has to be filled. The organs have to realign in their original place. They were slightly displaced. The joints became hypermobile during the pregnancy due to the hormones, relaxin, progesterone, and they have to, the joints have to realign and find a new relation with each other, or the old relation. The ligaments, muscles, some of them stretched beyond normal, and they have to shorten again. And they, from wherever they were displaced to, they have to come back to their normal place. I'm thinking, for example, if we think muscles, the most notorious muscles for recovery are the recti muscles. These are two longitudinal muscles that run from the pelvis to the ribs that are united in a normal state, adult child. With the pregnancy, they become separated to allow for the bulge of the growing abdomen, the growing baby. Okay, they become separated. After the birth, they have to come together again. And when there's a separation, when they don't close properly, they have to become shorter, because they're stretched, they have to become shorter, and they have to come closer again. When this doesn't happen, and immediately after the birth they are well separated, you have a condition called Diastasis Recti, which is an abnormal condition which can really damage your back and can impair your movements, because there's no stability. Your navel center is too open. Energetically, your navel center is too open, you're too vulnerable. So these muscles have to shorten and have to unite. You can do a check. By the way, this is not a class. I'm not going to demonstrate exercises. I'm not going to guide you on what to do, how, and how to do it. I'm just going to highlight some areas and some principles to observe when you're considering or teaching postnatal exercise, postnatal routine, and even your normal yoga practice. Another thing in terms of the postnatal period is conserve energy. So normally in exercise you have to generate and you spend energy, you burn calories in a normal exercise routine, right? Important here in the postnatal period, conserve energy. Don't spend energy unnecessarily because you don't have it on board. You need the energy to regenerate tissues and cells, to rebuild your blood, to manufacture milk, so conserve your energy. For this reason, we recommend all women and their babies in the postnatal period that they observe a quarantine. Quarantine is a common word, normally used and overused in these times of pandemic, where we ask to quarantine. There is not really quarantine. Quarantine comes from the word Quinta, which means 40. Quarantine is a 40-day rest period of isolation. And I believe, and this is an ancient tradition, is not mine, nothing to do, not my invention. All over the world, women used to observe a period of seclusion, of retiring to their own home, the comfort, coziness, and protection of their home with their babies, so to build on that relationship, mother-baby, to bond, and to give themselves time, 40 days. In yoga we say it takes 40 days to make a habit, to break a habit, and to start to create a new one. So there's a magic notion and a magic formula for this 40-day resting period. So those 40 days you don't do very much, but let's break the 40 days down a little, even more. Let's think the first 2 weeks. And if you have a traumatic birth or a lot of interventions, cesarean section, these 2 weeks, maybe 4 weeks. But in the first, let's say 2-3 weeks, you don't do nothing. You don't do exercise, you don't do stretching, you don't make efforts, physical efforts, not at all. You do nothing, you rest, preferably you sleep, or surround yourself with help that induces sleep. If you know relaxation exercises, systematically relaxing the body, feel the gravity, come back, let go, then you do those exercises of relaxation. In yoga there are 2 types of exercises. There's other types, but there's 2 categories of exercises. There's those whereby you conserve energy, and there's exercises which are stimulating. They kind of stimulate the body to detox and to go beyond the stagnation, the habit, the habitual state, which is a default state of lack of consciousness. So some exercise stimulate and awaken you. Well, in the postnatal period, you do the conservation type exercises. And they are distinct in that conserving exercises are usually, the body assumes a rounded form. So for example, this is a conserving mudra, this is a stimulating mudra. Do you understand? So this is a stimulating mudra, this is a conserving mudra. If I'm just like this, I'm conserving my energy. If I'm arching my spine, I'm stimulating. If I'm relaxing, I don't mean collapsing, I mean relaxing my spine and the major joints, I'm conserving energy. So in these times of recovery from the birth, from the pregnancy, what is most indicated in the first week? Conservation. So relaxation. Breathing. Let the breathing become conscious. After a few days, you don't start even breathing exercise the first few days, but after a few days, start doing some breathing exercises of consciously exhaling and pulling in the navel, abdominal muscles at the end of the exhalation. That's already a good tone of coming back to your center. Let us bear in mind that, as I guide you through which exercises when, very often is not possible. I was just recently hearing from a student of mine who just gave birth, and she was saying how the birth didn't go according to plan. The position of the baby was awkward, the baby was born not in a good state, so frequent trips to the hospital where we are advising, stay at home, let somebody come and help you, let somebody bring you, let somebody support you. But no, she had to go to the hospital daily to see how the baby was in intensive care and so on. And of course, all healing is delayed, if not impaired. So she needed to heal in the pelvic floor, for example, and no healing was happening until baby came home and she began to look up. Things began like, yes, my baby's going to make it, and it will be normal and it will grow, and we can be, mother-son. So there's the unpredictable factor. In most circumstances, nothing is linear and pink all the way through. So, but these are guiding principles. So the idea of staying indoors is not that you stay alone and you cut off from the outside world and you're just lonely and miserable and without food. No, the idea that you surround yourself with help and you demand it, and you ask for it, and you pay for it if you can, and you accept it if somebody offers. Okay, the 40-day quarantine is for your own consolidation, because if you don't, then you're postponing your recovery and you're impacting on your nervous system when it's fragile, not to even mention the baby. But let's go on with postnatal exercise. I get carried away. Okay. Apart from conserving energy and apart from consolidating muscles, energy, prana, organs that consolidate your organs, don't strain them, don't eat too much, don't eat the wrong food that makes you spend energy. The next most important thing is aligning the body, because it became out of line. You know, the spine was overarched, the hips were overextended, with the habits of caring for the baby, breastfeeding, bending down, you're going to be unaligned again because you'll be bending forward. So align the body. This is very important. So the exercise of aligning, even early on, first weeks, can be done through internal visualizations. You can visualize your body, your spine vertical. You can visualize your body, your shoulders down and relaxed, and your body responds to your mental visualizations. Do you understand? So even these exercises of consolidation, if you feel your pelvic floor going in, if you feel the pelvis relaxing and the spine straightening, all these exercises, the body responds physiologically to it. So these exercises of alignment, not even to mention, really doing it against the wall or whatever, internally you can do it straight away. If you have a moment of pause, you've got people around you, serving you, supporting you, wonderful. You have a moment, you have time, do these exercises early on of visualization and alignment. Let's say after 2 weeks, let's say 2 to 6 weeks postpartum, 6 weeks is 40 days. Until then, you go from the bed to the armchair to the bathroom. Nothing more. You don't go to the kitchen, you don't go to the front door, you don't do anything else. This is a moment for resting, not much exercise. Okay, after 2 weeks of that, of course, you can move around your house. It's your home. You should inhabit it. You can start doing neck exercises because your neck will become stiff. The body has a tendency, as it heals and as it recovers, to become stiff. In pregnancy, it was very elastic and pliable, naturally, hormonally. Afterwards, those hormones are not there, tendency for rigidity. So yes, to neck exercises, to shoulder exercises, even if you like, some side-to-side exercises. Simple, gentle. Don't exercise to the point that you're out of breath, not for many months. You need the energy. Don't exhaust yourself. You need to heal. So after 2 weeks, you should start doing pelvic floor exercises. At first, the pelvic floor may become even a bit numb. You can't really distinguish what's urethra, what's vagina, what's anus, but start doing those exercises of identification, isolating the different parts. And even the elevator ani muscles, the muscles of the pelvic floor around the anus, you can start pulling them up and up gradually. Even if you've had some stitches, after a few weeks you can bring oxygenation to those muscles as you exercise them. There's routines, counting to 5, etc. I'm not teaching that here. After 40 days, you can go out. You can go out whenever you can, of course. I'm just saying what's advisable. If you observe this cocooning, you will not regret it. Your healing will be much more steady. You will not overextend yourself, you will not cause damage, because if your body is not consolidated and you pick up anything heavier than a baby, don't pick anything up for 40 days that's heavier than a baby. I don't know if I said this already, because I gave a talk in Portuguese. I don't know what I said in this talk or in Portuguese. Don't pick up anything heavy with one side. Your body will go out and you'll need osteopathic adjustment, and it might have to repeat and repeat because it became more difficult to align. So after 40 days you can do some more gentle stretches. Whatever your body is asking to extend, that it does. We have a gift for each of these Mother's Journey talks, and the gift for this talk is a series of exercises for the mostly for the abdominal area, for the torso, where your body is will become more aligned and toned. Those exercises that you will receive in the sheet, which if you registered for this talk, you will receive it through the email. You can do those exercises. It's a really good routine for after 40 days or after 1 month if you had a normal birth. So I won't go through them. There are step-by-step instructions that you will receive. If you're a yogini like me, then and you want to resume your normal yoga practice, be it Kundalini yoga or another type of physical yoga, we recommend not before 3 months postnatal. If you want to join a class, even if it's a normal yoga class, wait 3 months. And then caution, your breasts are secreting milk, your legs should not overextend apart, your spine should not be too arched. So be gentle with yourself when you come back. The teacher might not have that sensitivity or information, so it's down to you. But resist the temptation to feel normal, feel yourself again, go back to yoga classes now. Do these other self-help exercises. I want to emphasize something here. Often it happens that a woman, through changing her identity from woman to mother, through changing her identity, her relationship with a partner, through being attendant to this newborn baby who is totally dependent on you, through proving to the world, yes, I can do it, I can make it, I'm okay, I'm a good mother, you lose yourself in the process. Do you understand? You disconnect, you displace yourself. So it's very important that from very early on in the postnatal period, you do not abdicate from your own personal sadhana. If you're a yogini, you know what sadhana is your spiritual practice. You don't abdicate from it. Okay, sadhana will not follow the guidelines of 2.5 hours a day, blah blah blah, recitation, yoga, relaxation, chanting, blah blah. Forget that even for several years. I wouldn't even attempt it for several years. If you got young children with you and so on, and you have a normal life, maybe work. But don't abdicate from sadhana. Sadhana is a time when you are with yourself and with the infinite. And sadhana can be a 3 minutes of silence. Silence can be a moment of prayer. Sadhana can be a moment of long deep breathing, where you connect to yourself. I am okay. I am in my center. I'm toning. I feel my inner strength. Sadhana can be as simple as that. 3 minutes. When baby's asleep, do it. Find that place in the house where it inspires you to kind of, now it's me time, and do that. That is not something to be abandoned. Needs to be adjusted because what you did before mainly not possible or even applicable. But keep that, be creative with that and make that a priority. In terms of exercise, I think I don't have much more time to go in detail. I would like to draw your attention to the fact that the Mother's Journey training is now available. That if you are planning motherhood, or if you are would like to guide others through this journey and this process of awakening and empowerment, which motherhood is or can be. In many cases, motherhood is seen as inconvenience in my career, an inconvenience in my life of independence and self-help. But motherhood has many treasures that we in our culture don't know. And so if you know that, or you suspect that, and you want to fully understand it in order to guide others and support other women through this feminine self-empowerment, then this training is for you. Whether you're in a health professional, or whether you're a leader of some sort of influence, or whether you just want to know your gender more profoundly, this training is for you. I know I didn't go in detail on various aspects of postnatal exercise here. It was not the time or the place. I'm happy to answer your questions if you have particular issues or something isn't clear. Feel free to contact me through Facebook. I always read the messages that you send me after this talk next couple of days, and I will address your doubts. I know there's many of you out there who I know you and I can't see you or say hello to, but I appreciate your commitment to this topic, to these themes. I don't remember what the next topic is, but I forgot to mention something. When we say exercise, it just doesn't just mean body this. We know that visualization are mental exercises. We know that breathing is a form of exercise. We know that certain habits of posture and alignment, which arm am I going to use, where I'm going to sit, positioning yourself, is also the same kind of consciousness. And I want to tell you about something called belly binding, or kammerband in English, old word. From day one, I encourage every woman, every new mother, to bind her belly, bind her hips, and bind this lumbar region, lower spine region, with a long stretch of material, pliable, soft material. Not too stretchy, like a thin cotton is the ideal. It has to be really long so it can go around you a few times, and this will give you a lot of support posturally, and this will keep your energy contained, and this will help yourself to feel secure and warm. It's very important that you don't get wind in your system. We spoke about wind and air and emptiness in the postnatal stage. So this belly binding, which it will teach you if you do the course, or you can look on the internet. There's many women experts from many various traditions will teach you how to do this belly binding. Very important to keep this on you for several weeks, many hours a day if you can, to give you that support and keep you warm. So thank you for listening, thank you for being there. Next topic is leadership. Thank you. Katerina. And yes, I look forward to being with you next time. Until then, have a good week, have a good 2 weeks, and enjoy the summer, enjoy the August. If you're in South America, enjoy the winter. So now, thank you.